Hey everybody, today I'm going to explain to you how we replace the camera on a 715C Aqua-vu camera. I was actually out in a boat and the camera actually got caught in the prop, the cable. When that happened, essentially what happened is it cut the camera off, and I think you can splice that, but I actually lost the camera, so decided to just order a new one directly from Aqua-vu. The customer support was amazing. I explained to them what happened, and they ordered me the camera. I had it here within approximately 3 days, and not shipping it from Minnesota all the way to Calgary, Alberta. So I'll quickly show you guys how to do this and what tools you're going to need. And I'll go through it step by step. Thanks. Okay, so we're going to start by basically unscrewing these two pieces right here off on the sides. That will release the base so that we can actually access where the camera cable attaches to the actual LCD screen. So there's two screws. Phillips screwdriver will take them off. Let's quickly remove those. Okay, so basically what I did is I just unwrapped all of it from the bottom of this thing just so I could get the base off of it. So all you have to do now is just slide it off and the camera comes off from here. You can see the cables routed in there, and then just disconnect the battery, the positive and the negative, which should just leave you with this. You can see the camera actually ends up going inside this panel right here. If you can't see that, sorry, I'll just show you real quick. And then there's 4 more little screws, and the camera cable goes inside of here. I'm just going to remove those 4 screws. Okay, so once I've removed the 4 screws, there's actually a little panel that comes right off. Then you'll see inside of here, you can see the circuit board. Try not to disrupt any of the other cables. But really the one that we want is this one right here. So all I'm going to do is just gently pull that away from the board, and that should come right off. Okay, so all it is just that little piece comes right off of there. Just slide it in there, it comes right off, and off it goes. Now, what I basically got from them was a whole other box that comes in. Everything is put together inside. The camera head is in styrofoam, so nothing can be damaged. And it's all wrapped up and very easy to use. The only thing that I would recommend doing is actually putting a zip tie back on the cable end, which is right here. You can see that little zip tie that goes on there. The reason why you put that zip tie there is that once it's inside of the actual the case, once the lid's back on top of it, that zip tie will actually stop it from being pulled outside of the case. I'm just going to put a new zip tie on this one and then slide that in there, and I'll show you how quickly and easy that was to do. Okay, so I have the zip tie here. I'm going to go approximately an inch back from where the shrink tube is. Just tighten it up. Then I'm going to quickly cut that off. So I got it nice and clean in there, and then that's all tightened up in there. Okay. Now we're just going to take the camera head outside of the case, and I'm going to remove all the wrapping. Okay, so now I basically undone most of the cellophane wrapper that's on there. I'm going to just slide the cable end back onto the board, Let's get a really good firm connection on there. Slide that inside of there now so you can see that. But basically what I've done is I've just used that so that nothing can be pulled through there by using that zip tie again, just as I said before. I'm just going to put the case back on. Put the 4 screws back in and connect it all back up. Okay, so 4 screws are back on there. The camera cable is now on there. You can see everything's put back together as far as that goes. Now I'm just going to slide that back in here, just so that I can slide it back onto the actual battery base, and then I'm going to wind the cable back onto that base afterwards. But first I just need to get that thing off so I can slide it back on. Make sure you connect your battery cables again. Okay, and now we're going to have that cable come off, and we're just going to slide that onto the base. Now basically what we're going to do is we're just going to put these 2 screws back on, and then we'll test the camera just to see if everything has worked the way that we had hoped it has, and that the camera has actually got a picture. Okay, so basically I've just tested the power, just turn it back on, make sure everything's good. Flip the camera lid open, and as you can see, as soon as I've done this, I actually have full video again, and I'm able to get the camera on there, full color, and everything looks good. Now I can actually just wind the cable back onto the base, and then basically you're all set and done. And that's how easy it is to replace the camera on one of these if you do lose it. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe.